This is the Carty Method Podcast.
I'm excited for today. I'm so excited for today because today you get to learn how to make photo shoots so good that it's literally you're a sure thing. Like guaranteed you're not going to fail if you do photo shoots in this way. By the way, I'm Steve Carty. If you've never seen me before, I'm a professional photographer. I've been doing this for literally 35 years professionally. And I'm here to show you just different ways that you can really bend your reality as a photographer. And I think it's necessary. It's necessary to bend your reality a bit as your photographer as a photographer, because if not, you're just going to be making work that's boring. You're going to be making work that nobody's interested in, and you're not going to make any money at this craft, because you got to believe that this craft and making it at this craft is incredibly competitive, and it's not easy to be a professional photographer, which is why literally 86% of photographers fail within their first 2 years. So I'm here to teach you some things about how to approach a photo shoot, how to do a photo shoot, so every single time you do one, you're guaranteed to get images that wow your clients, wow your subjects, and have your client saying, I found my photographer. I'm not going anywhere else. I've got the person. And for me, it's mathematical how you do it. Like, it's actually mathematical, which means it's teachable. Like, I can teach you how to do it if you listen and follow my advice. So I hope that you're one of those ones that listens and follows advice. If you're watching me live, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. If you're watching me after the fact, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for finding me. All right. So let's talk about, and again, these are, I've put it together in five rules, like 5 rules that I believe will completely shift your reality completely. 5 rules. And I think that these rules and the way that I'm going to explain them to you is going to bring you joy. And it's going to give you like a sense of relief because of how stressed that you've been before on your photo shoots, worrying about doing the wrong thing. Like, we all worry about doing the wrong thing, right? Okay, so let's get into number 1. This is the number 1 thing that you can do to make your photo shoots killer. Oops. Number 1. So the number 1 thing that you can do, this is, so many photographers don't do this, and it's preposterous. This is the number 1 thing that you can do to make sure that your photo shoots are killer, okay? Number 1 is know your looks. Know your looks. Now, this doesn't matter whether you shoot people, whether you shoot places, or whether you shoot things, okay? If you're shooting an editorial or multiple pages or multiple things for your portfolio, know what you're shooting first. Know what you're shooting second. Know what you're shooting third, and know what you're shooting fourth. If you know what you're shooting, you can decide what the order that makes the most sense. Maybe you should shoot that one first, and then that one, and then that one, and that one. Maybe you should shoot that one first, and that one, then that one, then that one. Like, without knowing your looks, determining what subject is what your subject is wearing in each idea, without doing that, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. And I'm talking about once you're able to know what you're shooting every frame, you're able to predetermine what the next idea is, and you're able to shoot them in such a way that's related. This type of pre-production makes every photo shoot go smoother. This level of pre-production is what we need to have. Pre-production. Okay? Pre-production. Know what your looks are. Don't determine your looks as you shoot. Oops. Don't determine your looks as you shoot. Determine your looks before you shoot. That is tip number 1, and will change your reality. Okay? I promise you. I promise you that will change your reality. Now, I'm going to show you a photo shoot today. Like, don't think that I'm just talking. I'm going to show you not just a photo shoot. I'm going to show you photo shoots, like a couple. So you can see the consistency. Like, it's not just like a random thing where my what we used to call contact sheets look like. Like, it's not random the way that my contact sheets look. It's actually so specific. And I'll say again, when I show you this, and I hope you wait a little bit, because again, this is a short, tight episode today. We're gonna be done in half an hour or less. Understand that when I say tight, when you look at my shoots, when you look at my Lightroom, you're gonna be like, dude, that's not even real. That looks like AI the way that this guy shoots. Like, that's what it looks like because it's mathematical. And I've worked 35 years to determine this formula. Just so you know, people who are in ProLab, they get these type of workshops offline on Zoom. People who are in my accelerator, like, they know this stuff already. I'm just giving you like little snippets of the kind of information that I let out to people who are inside the Carty method. Okay, so this is number 2. And this is so important, but it is missed by, I'm going to say, 80% of photographers. 80% of photographers miss number 2. I hope you're writing this down. Okay? This is how to shoot. And this will break your brain because, again, you're going to see this when I show you my Lightroom gallery. Okay, so this is how to shoot, okay? With every idea. Like, in when you're shooting a look, well, you have multiple ideas that you have within that look that you go through. You don't just like, click, got it. No, it's like, I want to try this, and then I want to try this, and then I want to try this, and then I want to try this, right? So in doing that, there's a mathematical way to do that so you don't fail. And I'm going to break your brain right now because this is borrowed from Hollywood. This is borrowed from cinematography. This is borrowed from filmmaking through the generations, meaning this has been done for always. This has been done when it comes to capturing photography, video, data, images, information. This is how we capture. But no one's ever told you this before. So hold on to your hats, okay? With every idea, every single one of your magic, beautiful ideas, every idea, you start like this. You shoot full length first, okay? Every idea, you shoot full length. And why? Because we are establishing the scene. Now, whether you are a cinematographer or a photographer, you still need, with your ideas and with your photography, to establish the scene. So every idea that you start, you need to establish the scene by shooting full length. But this is very important. We shoot vertical. Oops. We don't shoot horizontal, okay? We shoot vertical because magazines are vertical, okay? Magazines are vertical. I've never seen a horizontal magazine. Guess what else is vertical? Oftentimes. Instagram, when you shoot to Instagram, you know if you shoot vertical, you get more real estate. You get more real estate if you shoot vertical than if you shoot horizontal. Yes or yes? You get more real estate if you shoot, sorry, I'm just pulling up my Instagram here, which is difficult to do. But here we go. Let's go to my profile. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Like having my multiple things open is a little difficult, but I'll show you here. You see, when you shoot vertical, it gives you the most amount of real estate on the screen, okay? The most amount of top to bottom real estate. That's Tom York from Radiohead. When you shoot vertical, it gives you the most amount of real estate up and down. And again, magazines are vertical. So I want you to look at these compositions and think like, oh, he's shooting vertical because look at how much real estate he's getting. Because when you shoot horizontal, you get that much of the frame and the rest is just text, yes or yes. So get into the habit of shooting vertical because it looks better in media. And if you ever want to get published in a magazine, well, that's definitely the fast route to doing it, is learning how to shoot vertical of every single thing that you shoot. Okay? So that's the first, is every scene we start vertical. Okay? We start full length vertical. Okay? And again, learning how to shoot for a magazine is the most important thing that you'll ever do. So learn it. Okay. Oops. Next. How do I undo that? Undo. There it is. All right. So next, the next thing is we shoot like what I'll call 3/4 length, or it's called 3/4 length, or yeah, we'll just call it 3/4. Okay. Also vertical. So the second thing we do is we shoot 3/4 vertical, which what we're doing here is we're changing perspective. That's what we're doing now, is that we're changing perspective. So we're not doing the same boring shot over and like we have that shot already. You have that shot. You got it. You totally got it. So you don't need to shoot it to death. Like you shot 150 full length frames. And I'm going to get into that in a second. And then now you punched in to shoot 3/4, which is now what you're doing. Okay? Like next and after this 3/4, the last thing that you do, is shoot close up. You're shooting hero close-ups. And now this builds, I can't spell very well after this brain injury. This builds trust. Okay? Seeing somebody this close, it builds trust because I have nothing to hide. And guess what? I can't hide anything when I'm this close to you, which is why you see me punch in for emphasis, because this close up, it changes the scene and it establishes something. It establishes something with you and I. And why do I do this and change this camera? Because it also resets your attention. And why do I look at this camera and play you from the side, but then look here for emphasis and look? Because I'm using these cinematography fundamentals even in my live stream, which is why my live stream is so effective, because I'm using cinematography fundamentals to grab and hold your attention. And you can do the same thing with your photography. If you shoot like this, with every idea, you shoot full length vertical, which establishes the scene. You shoot lots of frames. Then you shoot 3/4 length, also vertical, which changes the perspective. And then lastly, you shoot close up hero shots, vertical also, which builds trust. Okay? Make sure you screenshotted that. Okay. Now, these 3 crop variations is something that is so important. And I suggested, again, this is your last opportunity to screenshot this because I'm taking it off the screen now. Of every one of these shots that you're shooting vertical, 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 once you have it 100%, then you shoot double page spreads. Meaning 2 pages in a magazine. And what does 2 pages in a magazine look like? Well, it looks like this. This is what 2 pages in a magazine looks like, which means this is the left page, this is the right page, and this is the gutter. Meaning the magazine goes down like this in the gutter, which means if you're shooting horizontal and putting your subject in the center, no art director on earth can use that photo, which then means that if you were to ever get published, the only place, because you didn't shoot full length vertical, which puts you here or here, left or right page, you shot horizontal center focus, which the only place an art director can put that is on 1/2 of 1 page in a magazine. Which means you now, we're about to get 2 pages. But now, because of your crop, you now get 1/2 a page up here. Because your center focus, they now put your image here. or here, or here, or here. And guess what? Writing goes here, and writing goes here, and writing goes here, because you didn't compose your double page. So at the end of full length, wide, full length, medium, and full length close, at the end of those ideas, you shoot horizontal double page with your subject biased on one side or the other. Because if they're on this side, then the text can go here over top of your picture. And just because you moved your subject from here to here or here, now you can get 2 pages in a magazine, which is the most amount of real estate that they can give you. Double page spread, cover. And I've shot all of that shit. If you look at my portfolio and look at tear sheets with it, which is essentially my work in print, you will see this example flowing beautifully. That is number 2. Okay. And again, I hope this is bringing you value. That's number 2. To recap, with every one idea, we shoot like a cinematographer, meaning wide, close, and then closer. And we do it vertically. And at the end of every idea, we shoot horizontal, safety, double page spreads. Okay, that was number 2. Number 3. Oops. Number 3. This is very important. This is so important, but photographers ignore this always and just do whatever they feel like doing, because I'm the master of my domain and I shoot whatever I want. How much money are you making? Well, I'm not making any money with photography yet. Why do you think that is? Well, you know, it's got to be the client's problems. There's got to be the clients. I'm not seen. I'm not good on, like, no, dude, it's because of number 3 and number 2 and number 1 and number 4 and number 5. All of these are reasons why you're not getting paid. And if you follow the light, if you follow what I'm explaining right now and undo these mistakes that you're making, your life will change forever. Okay? Watch this. This is number 3. Shoot straight. Shoot straight. Oops, that's a bad G. Shoot straight on. Shoot straight on. Like, you see this shot, this straight on shot, and how I'm looking at camera here. I'm not doing this. I'm not over here. I'm looking straight on. Our energy comes out of here. So I am looking dead on, pushing my eyeballs right into your eyeballs, because I'm looking at you, looking at me, because I'm making eye contact directly with you. Yes or yes. Eye contact in photography is one of the most powerful things that you can use. Eye contact. But yet, photographers, their model here, looking off into the nothing. I'm not making fun of you, but I'm making fun of you, because that's what you're doing, is having, not connecting that third party, because there's 3 people involved with the photo. 3 people. But I'm only shooting one person. And I'm the photographer. So how is there 3 people? Well, it's a Chautauqua. and Chautauquas are 3. Okay? You are the creator, right? So you're the I, right? Your subject is what you're focusing on, right? So that's like the thing that you're giving light to. But then someone sees it. And that is the missing link. This is what we cannot control. You cannot control what the person who sees your photo thinks of it, unless you're thinking about all the stuff that I'm sharing with you today. Unless you are thinking when you're shooting your subject that your subject is looking at you in order to look at the viewer. And you shooting your subject is actually a conduit to your viewer. This is dry, but I'm telling you, you're not shooting for the person who's paying you, even if they're paying you. You're not shooting photos for you even if you're making them, they're going in your portfolio and they're making you money. You're not shooting for you. You're not shooting for your subject. So if that's the case, who are you shooting for actually? Like, who are you shooting for? If you're not shooting for yourself and you're not shooting for your subject, well, you're shooting for your viewer. You're shooting only for your viewer. This missing link, this undeterminable factor that you can't control. If you can shoot in a way, and I shoot in this way, where I only shoot for my viewer. And this is why my growth and like my reach and who I've had in front of my camera is all because of I don't shoot for anyone else. I don't shoot for my subject. I don't shoot for myself. I shoot for the viewer. And because of that, the viewer, when they see the picture in their feed, they're pleased, they stop, they register, they tap, they share, and they want to work with me because I shoot for them. It doesn't matter who I'm shooting for them, my viewer. You have to shift your focus to who you're shooting for. So you're thinking about what people think when they look at this work, more so as to what your subject thinks when she sees or he sees that work. Because oftentimes your subject doesn't know. Your subject doesn't know. And if your subject doesn't know what's good or bad, and you're unsure about what's good or bad, well, the only person who can determine whether your work is good or bad is if it gets eyes. If someone stops and looks at it, or you get nothing. That's how you know whether you're good or not. If people are like, yo, or you get nothing. That's how you know, from your viewer, not from anyone or any other thing. That's who determines whether you're good or not. It's not you, your subject, or anything anyone tells you. The proof is truly in the pudding. So, number 3 is we're shooting straight on, and there's nothing more powerful than eye contact, which is the second part of this. Eye contact. Eye contact is a superpower when it comes to your photography. If you use eye contact and have your subjects looking at the lens in such a way that you tell them, you're not looking at me. You're not looking at this camera. That's definitely not what you're looking at. You're looking at Anna Wintour from Vogue because she's looking at this photo. You're looking at the editor from Hypebeast because your photo is on their phone right now because they're looking at your Instagram. You're looking at the biggest influencers in the world because your photographs have such penetration that they grab these people and they start DMing you like, I want to be in the you business. How can I get in front of your camera? How you capture people, it's so deliberate. I want to be in the business of you. How can I amplify you? How can I shoot with you? Like, that's what you start getting back when you use eye contact. When you use it's so simple. And when you shoot straight on. Because I jumped ahead. What's the time? All right, here we go. So number three is shoot straight on. And we are playing only for the viewer. And I revealed number 4. I kind of skipped ahead there. Because number 4 is eye contact. Oops, I can go up here. That's definitely not words. Eye contact. Eye contact, again, I ranted on this already, but this is the most powerful thing that you can do, is adding eye contact to your work. And as I get into my photo shoot, because I'm just about to show it, but again, I'm trying to be better at holding your anticipation and holding your attention and getting you excited about something that's happening later, but you have to maybe wait a little bit in order to get through it. That's what we're trying to do right here, right now.
If you're ready to stop guessing and actually grow your photography business, these are the 3 tools that I wish that I had earlier. They're simple, they're powerful, and they're made for photographers that are ready to get serious. Tool number 1, my cold outreach master pack, 18 proven email templates, and a step-by-step guide to help you get new clients fast. If you've ever stared at a blank screen not knowing what to say, this fixes that. Tool number 2, my professional photographer's habit tracker. Good gear doesn't build success, good habits do. My daily habit tracker keeps you focused, accountable, and moving forward every day. And tool 3, the ultimate photographer's call sheet. Shoots get chaotic fast. This call sheet organizes your client info, your gear checklist, and shot list so you show up confident and prepared. You can grab all 3 right now at thecartymethod.com/tools. They're built from real-world experience, and they're ready to help you grow today.
Muted. Sorry, I'm muted. I had to change my shirt. I was super hot. Apologize for that. When wearing like a hoodie or like, you know, my Toronto love. And then I had this shirt underneath. This like Supreme. That's what I was wearing today. I'll put this back on. Little Supreme tee. And yeah, I mean, I like apparel, as you can see, fashion and stuff. Okay, so let's get into eye contact, because I touched on it already. It's the entry point to how you start really grabbing people's attention. And now, because I went into number 4, I'll just open Lightroom so you can see like the mathematics of what my Lightroom libraries look like. Like this, and I'm making these small so you can see the way that I shoot is literally zen. The way that I go through these ideas is literally zen. And yes, I will make this bigger, but I want you to see the way that I frame and the way that I do full length, 3/4, and then headshots of every idea and the way that these photographs look. And I've shot 3 looks here, perhaps 4, and I want you to see what this looks like. And I'm gonna highlight a couple absolute smashers. Let's get into it. Okay, so I have to hide my camera. Here, maybe I can do slate share. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. I prefer full length. Okay, so I want you to watch, like, it's cold. Okay, so what we're doing is establishing the idea, but I don't need everything established because it's cold. So you see, she's wearing my jacket, but she has the hat, the blah, blah, the shoes, and I have my crop. And you see it happen quite quickly. Okay, first frame. Now I want to see what it looks like. And again, also look what I'm determining: exposure, overexposed, right? Perfectly exposed within one frame. But again, I'm just still establishing my shot. I'm just like shooting what I call thumbnails. Like I'm establishing, like yes, I want to shoot here. That's what I'm establishing. Yes, this is a location that I'll shoot. And you can see just as I go through here, how crooked this frame is, and then how quickly now I have like the frame. So now that is me predetermining the idea, predetermining the shot, and also the full length. The fact that there's room up here for masthead, there's room down here for me to crop this to an 8x10 so it can go to Instagram. So watch this anatomy. Punched in closer. And at this point, my client and I are both saying this look is kind of dope. Like we could actually leave the jacket on and still be getting work, because I see his branding, I see his custom hat, I see the custom logo up here on his hat. And it's like, I got everything, and great skin tone, great light on this girl's face. The shoes, which are also like Jacques Claire, which is a brand that's like basically sponsoring me. This is the shoe that I wear every morning. It's the same brand. So shot established. And now I want to see what 3/4 looks like. Before I even start anything, before she's got the jacket on. So I want to see how tight the 3/4. So I just shoot some thumbnails to see what 3/4 looks like. And this smile. So, okay. And you see the client's branding, the lion, legendary. This is a collaboration. His hit down here. Like all of this is predetermined, and the belt, which is also part of the look. So now I'm kind of just shooting thumbs, but he likes this. He's like, just shoot it. I like it with the jacket. So we went through, got some frames. Again, I go back to full length because, again, I need to establish the picture. So I grab this. Now we switch to, okay, I got the idea of her with the jacket. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I need to shoot the t-shirt. So let's style the t-shirt. Let's style the chain. Let's make sure that the hat's great. Let's make sure that this is great. Let's make sure that the pants are great. Like my client customized these pants. Okay. Made this belt, made the hat. Like he's brilliant. You can see that this frame isn't straight, but again, I'm shooting thumbnails and I'm now, boom, the shot's straight. And now I shoot through and get this picture. So I have this picture. I want to change perspectives, but I still want to get my full length. So now, boom, this, way better than this. Yes or yes. This, better than this. And this is me standing at her, and I'm 6'1" and she's 5'10", tall girl. So I'm shooting like this at her, and then I'm lowering myself and elevating her and making her like a goddess. So shoot through this. And yes, this is now a usable picture. You see how disciplined the frames are? got the hands on the hips. Now let's let go of the hands on the hips and shoot straight on. And now that I've established so many straight on headshots of her with eye contact, I've done so many, now I'm allowed to have her look off. But what she's doing in this first frame where she's looking off is her nose and her eyes are not tracking because she's looking further than her nose is. So I correct this and teach her. By the way, you guys are interested in me sharing these photo shoots like with video and behind the scenes? Like, I'm starting to do that. And this particular one, I documented the whole thing with audio. Like, I can make a full expert level video of this photo shoot that I'm sharing with you, if you want to see it. If you're not going to watch it, there's no point in me making it. So I need to see in not my live chat comments, but in the comments underneath this video, blast, yes, please make this video because you want to see me actually shooting this, not just showing you this as a Lightroom library. Because I had the GoPro documenting this and recording audio as I'm talking her through these looks. So you see her legs here, very well established. When her legs not properly established. They look off, her legs. They don't look confident. Okay, so watch how I correct that. Now we correct that within her legs. Look at the difference between this. Right? Like she stepped one leg in and didn't step the other one. So now I'm balancing these two legs, right? So it continues. And all of this, I'm having her look to the side. And the reason is because Nigel wants to see the hat from a profile. So that is why I'm shooting this. This is why. So, and still, full length. Look at how many frames I'm shooting of the same thing. Now I got it. And guess what I do next? Like I promised, 3/4. So now I've punched in and now I'm getting only 3/4. Although I kind of was like, no, you know what? I'm going to punch back and shoot more, blah, blah, blah. So I shot more. Then now look, okay. You see, it's like I'd thought I came in, I grabbed, but Nigel asked me for more things. So I backed up and shot more, or I had an idea for more things. So I backed up and shot more. But remember, I promised 3/4, full length, 3/4, and then closer. Look. So here we are on 3/4. Okay. Here, smiles. Really, again, look at the energy with her face, the way that she's looking at the camera. Just look at her energy. Obviously here, she's kind of in a blink. The next frame, perfect. And I just shoot through this. Again, Nigel needed the 3/4 because he wants to see the hat 3/4. He's selling this. It's custom. And he also wants to see this 3/4, his branding, because when she's turned this way, it pushes the branding forward. And he also wants to see this branding and the way the belt hangs when she's rotated like this. So predetermined. Shoot this picture. Let's go lower, because I remember earlier when I went lower, it looked amazing. So we do the same thing. And I squeeze this. And I just get like bang, 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 and get eye contact at camera. But then also, yes, look at Nigel. Look beyond me. Look into the heavens, but not way left that way and way right that way, because our energy comes from the heart. So I make sure that most, like literally a 90% of my work, and Nigel is a crochet artist. Legend Knits is his name. I'll show you this at the end. But Nigel John is a crochet artist. His business is called The Art of Crochet. And he uplifts clothing, meaning he'll take this Blue Jay hat and then he'll crochet a new brim and then crochet details across the back on top of this one that you just bought from the store, which now elevates this cap to something that is custom that nobody has. So the art of crochet. This is Nigel John from Legend Knits. You can go to legendknits.com. So you can see now the 3/4, right? And how I'm establishing the 3/4, but now I'm going closer, like promised. And again, with this particular look, going any closer than this brand is futile because he needs this. I can't shoot just her face with this because I'm shooting the t-shirt. The t-shirt is the job, okay? The t-shirt and the hat. So now that I've got this, he wants details. So he's like, Carty, we got it. That's killer. You killed this. Now I need details of the belt, details of the pants, details of all of these little hits that I put on this apparel that I'm selling for this collection. I need details. Can we run through it? Sure. So let's go through the details. So the first thing is he wants to shoot the belt because he crocheted this belt, literally crocheted this belt, but also this detail on the pants. And also there's more details, but he wants to show, and then also look at the girl's gold jewelry. Like all of this gold jewelry with this look was predetermined, and you'll see how the jewelry, and look at where I cropped her face and cropped her face out so you'd focus more on her body rather than looking at her beauty. So now I go through this idea. I do 2 with her face cropped, then I crop in tighter, focus just on the belt and his logo and go through that. Now I punch in closer on left side and get the pocket in the belt on the left side. Then I do the pocket on the back with his Legend Knits logo on top of the crochet. So make sure that I nail this. And there's also a hit on the back of the shirt. So I go through this, hit this side, then now show both. More of a side view on the pocket. Now show the other side of the pocket, which has a different hit, and go through on this hit on the pocket and show that, because this is all for a client and he will use this on his social media to show the details. And then of course this hit. Like, look at how those shoes, which are literally called the Blue Jay, would go with the fit that I'm rocking right now. Like, are you kidding? And I'll say again, these shoes are this brand, which is the shoe brand that I'm walking in. And as soon as they saw what I was doing on Instagram, they reached out to me and they were like, we want to give you a pair of shoes that we think might change reality. And also the owner of this shop is like a quite famous rapper. And the brand guy who's helping build this in this country is Nigel, who is Legend Knits. So not only is he running Legend Knits, but he's also doing marketing for Jacques Claire. And Legend, Nigel, when I met him, nobody knew who this guy was. And after meeting him, I acted as his consultant. I did business training and consulting for him because his stuff was so dope and he had not reached success yet. So I did business consulting for him for a year and a half, and the level that this guy is at now, after like 2 years of coaching, and also I know how to shoot his stuff. So look at now me focusing on just the pants and the shoes in this look. And then of course, giving him options like flipping it and seeing it from the other side and being able to see these details. Like there's like a 1845 number, seeing this, like seeing the white foam, seeing his crochet. Like it's all so dope in this type of photography. Trying to get my lines straight, obviously. Changing the idea up a little bit, and then top down, because this is also a perspective that's so necessary, is seeing this look of these shoes, because we also see the pants so well. Okay. So we got to amp this up a little bit because we're at the 45-minute mark. So now I've shot full length and 3/4 as close as I could. And I've now shot all the details, and I've also shot the shoes, the pants, and now we're doing a second idea with this same look, which is a hat change. Because we're doing a hat change, we do a location change. And also, he made a throne for her, a throne out of crochet. I'll say again, he crocheted a throne for her for this photo shoot. So this is her now with the crocheted throne and a different idea. Now the exposure is under here. I know this, but again, this is the first frames, and I'm again establishing the shot, which I shoot like thumbnails to establish the shot. You see exposure gets better, and I'm still establishing the shot. Punched in a little bit. Now the exposure is bordering on almost perfect. She's not looking at me, she's looking at Nigel, but that's all right. I'm kind of going on this regal thing. And we're getting into where I'm now shooting, because I'm cool with the exposure. I can fix, like, you can see where the shirt is, how the white looks white, all the brand looks good, the purple hat looks amazing, her hair looks amazing, the throne, her shoes, everything is perfect, the lines are straight. So I stop here as far as exposure, and now I'm just shooting through the picture. But look at the difference between her legs like closed like this, and now when her legs are open and I have her arms on the side of the throne. So now we're working through this angle. I felt like this with her hands on the side was too sexual, so I shifted it to her hands on her knees, which feels more regal. And we went through this, and I go through this idea and shoot until it is shot and got. What would happen next naturally? 3/4, right? So now I shoot 3/4 and establish this hat, this look, her nails, and 3/4, the throne. And of course, what's going to happen is multiple frames of this 3/4 and multiple vibes of her going through. And then I got it, and then we switch to the next look, which is now, we haven't seen the crown, we haven't seen the throne because she's been sitting on it. So you can actually see what the throne looks like with this frame because I have her now standing beside it. So now let's shoot frames so you see her with like a nice swag. Look at her rotating one foot over the other, the front foot in front, crossing that way. It's not the other foot crossing over the other way because that's awkward. Like, all of this stuff is like predetermined. So we go through this process and I shoot full length again. You see how I changed the frame from here to here. And I think this frame where I'm lower is even stronger than what I shot before. So now I'm going through this shot and establishing this shot. And now I got it. And guess what? Now we switch to the next look because I got it. So now with this next look, this is like a hip hop kind of fitness look where she's wearing hoodie top bottom, and he customized the hoodie cut, put crochet in the hoodie, put crochet in the hoodie bottom, made a hat, all crochet in the front of the hat, like a completely head to toe different look. So now, and this back is the definition of noble. What noble means. A noble work, which is what I'm trying to do here. The exposure is over. The exposure is wrong. This is the first establishing frame. But the back of the hoodie explains what noble means, because we all need to be noble people and noble photographers. So I'm establishing my frame, but look, the exposure. And look at the difference once I nail the exposure. And again, I'm just seeing what this idea will be. And I just killed this first idea. Like, I just got it, like, right close to home. Like, I just nailed it. I wanted to make sure that I had this frame. And I know in these few frames, I got, like, starting here, like, I got what he needed of the back. But now we go to the location. and I shoot more of the back. And the whole idea with this, shoot full length first, but let her just be herself. And I'm just looking at her. So it's very loose, but I also have her walking to me. So because she's walking to me, I'm mixing up shooting the half length and shooting the full length, and shooting the 3/4 and the full length, and the 3/4 and the full length. Like, I mix it up. You see, I have her walking to camera. Nigel obviously coming in to fix, and you can see he's wearing his own custom, he's wearing his own apparel, and he's here basically fixing the shoes to make sure that the details head to toe. And then you can now see that she's wearing the next custom hat that I'm shooting. And the fact that this hat matches the Jordans, it's all predetermined. So look at this look. Look at how she's stepping and how the step is perfect. And the outfit, and how the outfit and all the accents are perfect from head to toe. So now she's just walking to me, and you shoot on the step. And you see, on the step I shoot, 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 on the step I shoot. And now she's this close. And by the way, I shoot R5, which makes this so easy to do. I promise you, makes this so easy to do. So now close up, and how powerful is this? Like, really, truly strong work, super tight and loose. And we're seeing all the hits, including the hat, what the hoodie looks like. And it's loose, and I'm letting her just do her thing, but I'm also not missing establishing her looking at you at home. That's who she's looking at. She's not looking at me. She's looking at you. She's looking at the person who's looking at her, like the viewer, because that's who I shoot for. So more stuff here. And again, this is look 2, and we absolutely crushed this. Now I have her jumping up on something and balancing and like walking away. And then we do multiple passes of this, and I like make sure that I have it. And then now she's coming forward. And again, when you make a model do something like this, look at the look on her face. Look how that's like real, actual real effort and real like concentration and real joy. Like, you can't imitate this. Like, I'm making her do something while I'm shooting her, which makes her able to look and give me images like this. And also, it's raining here. You can see the raindrops falling from the sky. So again, I wanted to be quick with this. So we just rammed through this, and then the rain stopped. And you can see what it looks like. Like, I have her on her side, just like a chill vibe. You know, she blinked there, but I have this frame where she didn't, and this frame where she didn't. Like, she's just standing there. So you can see this is how fast it happens. Now she's got her hands in her pocket, and I shoot on the step, on the step, on the step, on the step, and she's just pushing through me. And you can see all of these can be covers, right? She's just pushing through me. And then get her to stop, because now I want to see this hit. I want to see the Legend Knits hit. I want to see this hit, which says legendary on this. I want to see the shoes, which he also made the shoelaces. So you can see now I just established, and you can see here I was too far back that way. So as I work through the frames, I move her into the center, and now she's centered. And then I knock off that frame, shoot 3/4, big sky, cover, nail that frame. Have her reach up. Here, she was reaching up in such a way that she wasn't doing it. There was no effort. Like, she was half doing it. And I'm like, hey, we do everything the whole way. Don't half do anything. So then now look at this pose when she's actually doing it, and watch how we work through this to where we get this frame. To where we get this frame as a magazine cover. And you can see where the cover goes, where we'd put text, cover. So I now nail this frame, so I have it. And then details. Detail shot, detail shot, detail shots, just like all the other things. And like, look at how dope this guy's apparel is. It says legendary, like on her hoodie drawstring. Like, that's how dope this guy's stuff is. So this is now my establishing shot, like just my detail shots of all the crazy details. And why do I have like the lion on my water thing? Because it's Nigel. This is his brand. And also, like, we're lions. I make my own lions, and I have my own lion brand that's coming out for the Carty method. So you can see her face isn't important. It's just the apparel. So now I go through the rotation of getting all the details. And then, of course, the hat is part of the details. So I need to make sure that I get the hat. So let's get the exposure right for the hat. And now let's focus on the hat and punch in more just on the hat. And look at where she's looking. Look at the light that's on her face. And now we're focusing on, oh, by the way, you notice all vertical, notice? But now the hat. And look at the photography of the hat. And establishing the hat. And there, and there, and now detail his shoes because he shot the shoelaces. Okay? All right. You guys with me? Because this last one, I got to ram through because, again, today is the business of photography, phase 3. For the fortunate members that are in my accelerator, phase 3, they do today, and I deliver it to them at 2 p.m. So I just got a little bit more stuff to show you, and then we are getting into that.
If you're a photographer serious about turning your passion into a career, this is the moment that you've been waiting for. You see, most photographers think that tutorials and YouTube is going to get them paid. But without structure, without mentorship, without accountability, nothing changes, which is why I built my Carty Method Professional Photographers Accelerator. Hear this. This isn't a course. It's an 18-week career transformation built around my proven 6-phase system. It's the same system that saved my business, the same system that's helped photographers go from stuck to fully booked. Here's what you get. Number 1, live training that walks you through everything from building a market to pricing to systems to client acquisition. Live masterclasses that break down each phase in depth, and weekly cohort sessions that I call ProLab. This is where we work together in real time. But here's the difference. This isn't a solo learning experience. You're joining a team of photographers who've gone through my system and who are doing it again with purpose. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building a business that actually pays you, go to thecartymethod.com/accelerator and join the waitlist right now. Let's get to work.
This last look aligns so perfectly with number 5. Okay. I want you to see this last look because it's magic. And no, I did not go to Mexico to shoot this. This is somebody's front lawn in my city. This is the trees that we have in Toronto and why this is such an international, beautiful city. He again made leg warmers. He made this skirt, belt, and remixed a uplifted t-shirt, all for this look. And I want you to see how absolutely powerful. Understand, we are on a sidewalk on a street. And look at how powerful this look is. And this smile is projected forward at camera, uplifted. So me shooting through, and what do we do first? Full length. Why? Magazine covers, right? Because we're shooting covers. So I go full length first. So we run the full length like always. Like this is the systematic way. Tried the 3/4 because of the hit back here. Because of that hit is why I had to shoot this idea. Hate it. and we didn't spend too much time on it. So I had her crouch down, because with her crouching down, I still get this hit, but it's a better photo with her crouched down than me shooting her like this, which I hate, which is why I shot like 10 frames of it and then it's done, because it's horrible. So now I move into this, and she's checking her watch because she has to leave and go to work because we were pressed. And it was like, I canceled this shoot and then changed my mind and did it, basically. So look at this now. Like, totally got it. It's a little top lighty, but still acceptable. So I push through this. And then full length, close up, like crop punched in. Again, I established this to see what it looks like. Okay, more full length, blah, blah, blah. Drive through this. And then back to this punched in, which killer. And again, you can see another magazine cover. So we just punched through this, 3/4. Okay, needed to get some of this. Punch through this. And then you see, I don't spend too much time on it. Not this, because she's not making eye contact with camera. Like, there's something there, but I don't spend too much time on it. Back to this, push through here. This arms didn't work, but she was holding her arms, so I don't spend too much time there. But now this is the biggest teachable moment, okay? Because you hear me talk about this often. Like, if you're your subject, you have to have them not pull back. People, when you train a camera on them, they do this. They pull back, and then they get a wicked double chin. And then they're like, you gave me a double chin. I'm like, bitch, I didn't give you a double chin. You're pulling your face back like this, instead of extending your chin out this way. Oh, by the way, did you notice that I've had brain stuff and like a side profile of a brain on my screen here for 2 years? 2 years. I've showed how important it is to understand how to map your brain and how to use your brain effectively. And then I got brain cancer, and then had brain surgery, survived, and then became a better human. Look at the slideshow that's on this monitor and understand those images have been there for 2 years. Crazy. Okay. So this is so important to understand how, yeah, this is the one I wanted to show you. Oops, this one quickly before it flips. Yeah. So full look at this teachable moment and how it looks when she's pulling back here, how it gives a double chin, because the distance between here, she's pulling back. Okay. She's pulling in. Okay. Look at what happens now when she pushes out. She goes from stunted to a giraffe, which is what you need to be telling your subjects. Push your chin out like you're putting your chin on a table. And when you're shooting this way, the lines of what happens here is so gorgeous when you do it that way. So, teachable moment. This is something that'll be in a video. I made a little video about it. And then also just head angles, how strong that is. All right, so more beauty. Now we leave that location, and the bag is another product that we have to shoot. So now let's do the bag. And again, you shoot on the step, 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 step. Not really on the step there. Step, step. And I shot video of all this. So I'm now getting the bag photographed. So from the back, because again, I want to see all of these incredible details on the side of the bag, this, the string, this, this, like there's hits all over the hat. There's so many hits here in this shot. So I established this. Okay. Then details of the hat for him. Tell me this isn't bananas. The black on black. The black on black with the black on the black. Come on. Come on. And of course, I'm a location master. So I find these locations like literally around the block from my house. And you can see how the fabric looks, how her hair looks, how the product looks. Like it's just killer. So we go through this and I now establish the hat. Okay, this is the best shot of the day. Again, obviously underexposed because I'm exposed for the black, which overexposes, so I have to compensate. So now when I change the idea, I'm underexposed, and I have to compensate back to normal. You can see how many frames it takes me to bring the exposure back up. And look at this photograph. Like, is there a way to make this photograph, this location, this vibe better? Like, look at how killer this is. This is the anatomy, okay? Is there a way to make this better? Well, yeah, there is. Well, how? By shooting through the picture. And this picture is beauty only. So now I shoot beauty, and I'm shooting beauty. And look at how I'm adjusting where her eyes are looking. She starts with looking at camera, but then I have her looking above, because it's so crazy good. My lines are getting crooked this way. You can see, fix them. So now we're working through the picture, and how can I make this better? How is it possible to make this better? How is it possible to make this idea? Well, there you go. Moving, shifting from straight on to now into the point where I'm forcing backlight. Look at the backlight now that's coming from behind her. That now I'm able to get this and this light and shoot through here. So, like, just when you think it's not possible to make better photos, you actually can by pushing through the photo and shooting through the picture. So that is the last part of this equation and what we're going to end off on. What we're going to end off on is number 5. And I know this was a long one today, but so important for you to know this information. So important for you to know this information and implement this so you can have a successful career. Shooting through the picture, which I think you just saw me share with you. You don't stop on the first frame, okay? You need to shoot through the picture, okay? Like, I want you to look back at how many frames I shoot per idea. And I'm going to show you back this way so you can see what I mean when I say, like, I shoot so many frames of the same thing to determine what the final image actually looks like. And I started this episode showing you what my contact sheets look like at this size, because I started this entire thing by saying the whole process of making photographs is mathematical. And if you do it in a mathematical way, it becomes so easy to get photographs that you're like, I can't believe that that's my photo. Like, it becomes so easy to get photos that you're like, I can't believe that that is my photo. Because you shoot through the picture. So you can shoot double pages the way that I shoot double pages, where they are fucking perfect. Yes or yes. The way that I do this in a mathematical way makes it because I'm shooting not for her. I'm not shooting for her. I'm shooting for client and viewer. Viewer first before client. And the way that I'm so disciplined with these double page spreads, because this isn't a joke. Do you see what I'm saying? Everybody who's ever done photo reviews with me, Do you see what I'm saying? And how I shot this knowing that this would not work as a double page. I shot second frame, third frame, fourth frame, it's gone. And now it's a double page spread. Fifth frame, it's perfect. Sixth frame, I adjust the bag. And now I'm doing all of this live. And again, if you want to see the video, because I have video of all of this and how I talk through, okay, there's the gutter. I'm going to move over. Oh, there's the edge. I'm too far to the edge. Let's move the bag over. Like how I talk through all of this is science, and you can do it as well. So, shooting through the picture, understand that what you think is the final, which is your first frame, what you think is the best image because you took it and it's yours and you're amazing, versus what the last image from this set where I have the first picture where I'm like, okay, that's crazy. From that frame to this last frame. Oops, wrong screen. Look at how far I took this. And what if I stopped? What if I stopped? Well, I would not have a picture that Vogue themselves is going to call me and say, hey, yo. I wouldn't have this frame if I didn't shoot through the picture. Frame 1 is completely different than frame 20. Frame 50 makes frame 20 look like absolute garbage. So, this is the anatomy of a photo shoot. And these 5 things that I went through today, from knowing your looks to with every one of your ideas, shoot full length, cropped in 3/4, and then beauty with every one of your ideas. That number 2. Number 3, shoot straight on, because like people like eye contact. And if you're not giving them eye contact, if you're not giving them straight on with the heart forward, like you're missing out. Like you need to shoot straight on. But yes, you move around and blah, blah, blah. But without this first, this is first. Always, always, always. And number 4, the eye contact. How powerful eye contact is in photography. How absolutely killer powerful eye contact is. It's undisputable when a subject is looking directly at the viewer. And number 5, shooting through the picture. Listen, I hope this brought you value. I have to go and start prepping for my accelerator program, which starts at 2, the art and science of the business of photography. And really, phase 3 is called the value business, because like I bring value to you, the only way that you're ever going to make a nickel at this photography game is knowing how to bring value to a stranger. I am an expert at bringing value to strangers. You too could be bringing value to strangers if you follow the ways of the Carty method. You can easily join. Go to thecartymethod.com and find out all the ways that I can help you. I truly appreciate you watching this. If it brought you value, please consider subscribing. Read my show notes. I go so deep in the show notes with all kinds of things. And know this, you have to do. You only get better through actions. And actions will set you free. One love.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.